Howdy, hey folks. Welcome to today's live. We haven't been live on the tube here for quite a while, but we're cutting some nice timber here today and got a little bit of service, so I thought I'd share with you what's going on. This is a basswood. We're going to cut some actual graded logs out of this guy here. I get to do a good spot for the pile. Looks like a good spot. Set it down, start over on our length measurement, reset the saw per se. Got a nice clean cut on that one. Just get a little bit of flare off and then we'll run this out 10 feet. We got a 16-inch basswood log. And got a little bit of punk there. Take a look. Is there a reason for it? Looks like a little bit of a seam. We'll just take a little chunk off of that. See if it cleans up after a couple of butts here. Still make a log, so we're going to run that now. Another 10-foot log here. 15-inch top on that guy. And 14-inch top on this one. Looks like it's going to make a 10. Straight enough. There we go. This one looks like it's probably going to be an 8-footer. Clean it up and look down and see how crooked it is. And that's an 8-footer. Still a nice log though. This one's bolt, 10-inch top. Appreciate y'all tuning in to watch live here today. If you have any questions, hit the chat up. I'll try to keep checking in here to answer any questions you may or may not have. Firewood right there, folks. Take this top, move them away from my stump I'm about to cut. Or make, I should say. This is a hard maple. If it was bigger and straighter and not missing its top, it would make it can make very nice logs or lumber. Instead, it's just an understory tree. That's the life it was destined for, and ended up making someone really nice firewood. This one probably going to be a pallet bolt here. Get that clean. Dip it the right way. There we go. What do we got here? Beautiful pallet log. Yeah, it's just a fuzz too small for a log that actually goes to a log mill. Instead, it's going to lumberjack to be like a mini log. Kurt Danielson says, logging sure has come a long way. My dad used to disappeared. There it is. A hand had a skidder to get it out of the woods. Okay, so you just like doing tree length. Yeah, we're what we call a CTL setup, cut to length. Everything we cut up is cut to length directly in the woods, and then we have a forwarder that picks it up with a loader and brings it roadside. Then we have the trucker also has a loader right on his truck as well. So everybody's kind of doing their own thing with their own crane, being rather efficient, if you will. These machines aren't cheap either, and they require a lot of maintenance. Just a good used machine is well over $100,000. Brand new, they're going to fetch around, you know, that $750,000 mark or so. This one is from 2009. It's by no means new. But you take good care of your equipment, it can last you a long time. The last machine that I ran, up until just a little bit over a year ago, was a 1997 Ponzi Ergo. It was actually the very first Ergo, so of that series of Ponzi in the United States, owned by Brown Logging over, I believe they were originally based over by Rhinelander, where Ponzi North America itself is. We've since sold that machine. I had some trouble getting what you call a stepper motor or an e-gas motor, essentially a throttle control servo. Couldn't find one to save my life, so we ended up selling to someone that had one, and the machine lives on. But I kind of miss it from time to time. Definitely a lot more basic. You still had a lot of nice creature comforts. Someone said something here. On what kind of efficiency you get on your average, like M3 wise, or what kind of units do I use? I'm in the United States. I use cords, which is that unit. A cord is 8 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet, and it entirely depends on the timber. I cut such a variety of different timber; it can vary a lot, but. The machine does measure cubes, but I don't really pay attention, so I try to cut at least a truckload of timber a day on average. That's with maintenance and breakdowns, and I certainly get that in this machine. And a truckload for us is 28 cords. That's a Michigan 11-axle log truck day. Michigan has pretty cool trucks. Our trucker specifically, we'll call him Mr. Nelson. He's got the best looking Peterbilt on this side of the Mackinac Bridge, I say. Lots of lights. We have a lot of fun on the woods. I appreciate the questions there too, guys. Definitely pass the time. Do I mark the trees beforehand or select the pick as I go? I do not mark the trees. The state of Michigan has a forester that comes in and does that. So more or less what you get in Northern Europe. Okay, yeah. I would venture to say are probably fairly similar. But like I say, I cut such a variety of timber. Sometimes I'll be in, you know, a diseased stand of fir trees. It's a pretty good mix. The stand I'm in is more deciduous at the moment, but I do get into some pretty heavy to the conifers, fir trees, you know, kind of time. That's a heavy pick and a long extension. That's a nice heart. It's almost non-existent. Too bad it's crooked. Yeah, you guys are primarily CTL in Minnesota too, hey? I wish the chat would stay up. was supposed to go to Minnesota this fall and go visit Zach Johnson, the Millennial Farmer, and run his harvester. He came out to our job, and I let him try the machine out for a few trees. So I'd go out there and try his, but family took precedence this year, which is more than okay. When you have a baby, that's what happens. Zach is definitely a great guy, and yeah, CTL mostly. That's what I thought. He's in person just like he seems in his videos. You know, I guess that's really the only way to describe him. He is the person you see in the videos. Oh, it does. Okay. Occasionally you get a few guys around here. Little tree caught on my ladder here. There. Run them over. Backing up and trying to not take out a window or something here. This I call it an ironwood tree because they're so dense. Yeah, as I was starting to say before I got off topic, just like he is in the videos, a lot of fun to be around. I only got to hang out for a few hours, but worldwide, I'd say it's probably the most common. I would venture to say in the U.S. I think it's catching on more. I know down south, it's not as popular for sure. A lot of tree length down there, which I get the production thing, but the cost. Yeah, a harvester is going to put you back, a couple $100,000 more, but the fuel bill at the end of the month, right? It's so high. Running that many pieces of equipment, paying that many guys to run it. Yeah, you can put out a lot of tonnage. And then look at everything stays in the woods this way. When you're working wet ground, I have tops to run on. You don't get that with tree length systems. You can lay out the whole tree and work your mat back, but it sounds like a rough ride to me. I like my back the way it is. But I've not personally seen that either. I've been meaning someday I'll go south and go hang out with, like, on TikTok there's Cutterman 830 or someone like that. Him and I talk once in a while. He seems like a real good guy there, Derek O'Brien. But anyways, I can't say too much because I've never actually personally done it and or even saw that full-scale operation cut to length. So I'm not one to talk too much smack without having all my eggs in a row, or ducks in a row, if you will. But yeah, CTL really the northern Midwest was kind of the birthplace of cut to length in the United States. You had Gaffner Iron Mule locally making some of the first forwarders in the U.S. I started out with like trays and whatnot with a loader on and pull behind a little dozer. Or even way back in the day, back say the late 1800s. If you're ever looking for a good book to read, When Pine Was King, it's fantastic. Read about logging history in the Midwest, specifically the Upper Peninsula. Even back then, they were cut to length. Someone said something. Yeah, I hear you on the thinnings aspect of it, especially with a harvester designed for thinning. Like the Cobra's more of a all-around machine, but for Ponzi, I guess it'd be like the Beaver or the Fox. It's such a light, nimble machine. Why would you try to do it any other way? With the computer systems on these machines too, not that they do all the thinking for you, but they take a lot of the guesswork out of the equation. I know my diameters and my lengths when it's tuned in are as good or better than anywhere else. So my buyer is always fairly happy. That was a 10-inch soft maple. Those are all going to made the pallet lumber. So if you go in the store and you buy something and they come off of a pallet, it might have been shipped on a pallet that I cut that. Lately, we don't have much for paper products that we've been producing at our local paper mill. The market's been, if you will, toilet. So not much of our timber has been going for that, per se. But we're kind of, in a way, in unprecedented times in the forestry markets here, especially locally. People are going out of business. It's not a pretty sight. We've been rather fortunate compared to some. I've been busy. I have not been out of work. I've been slower, yes, but on that guy to push him through the head. Nice stick of firewood. So re-grab and feed. Well, folks, I think we're going to shoot for more lives on the channel here. This has been a lot of fun, actually. I haven't done much for lives lately, and answering questions and just chatting with y'all has been a good time. We'll try to do a 20-minute live once or twice a week. If y'all have any insights on what days would be the best and like a time, let me know. We'll try to stick to somewhat of a raw, basic schedule. This is the only crane style I know. We have a lot of emerald ash borer. A lot. To the point where it's killing almost all of the black ash in our swamps and the green ash as well. Brown. The whites aren't affected as much on the high ground for some reason. They are, but not like the other. I'm having a little trouble with this saw cutting all the way through the flare on this guy here. There we go. I wonder if I didn't hit something on that cut. I would like to try a crane like that, but it's not something that I don't really want to give up the large cab either. I really do prefer the large cab on the Ponte Ergo, as far as I know. I enjoy having landowners or friends come for a ride in the machine occasionally. They can show kind of what this is all about. So after this tree, we're going to end the live there, guys. I appreciate y'all watching today. You know, ask some questions. All the footage that's in that tree. It's not so great bolts. That one's really crooked, so we're straighten it out a little bit. That way it actually sells. Like I say, our markets are not good. I mean it. I gotta do things that I don't like doing, trying to make something sell. That's the wrong thing to doing, but it's just not the way I'm used to doing it. Alright folks, last stick here. Perfect. Well, I appreciate you all watching. I hope you all have a good